got the funky music going on. Welcome to the Thursday Night Play Space Live. Keith Avalone from Play Games. Sam is running the board as usual. It's going to be a short show tonight. We're going to keep this brief because it's been a very long day here at Play HQ. The Konica Minolta people were here, and the Duplo training people were here. We spent part of the day installing the printer, part of the day installing the Duplo, and then getting it up and running. And so I'm happy to say that our new print and finishing equipment are in-house. We'll give you a sneak peek in just a second. Tonight we're going to give you a quick update on what's happening at Play Classic and Play Now. Just a general, nothing heavy, just a general news update. We won't be playing any games tonight. Well, actually, we will. A quick game, and more on that in a second as well. Let's start with the BizHub C659 and the Duplo C618. A quick sneak peek. Sam's got his camera app on his phone, and he's going to now...
Yeah, 1 second. Our audio is going to cut out. Here, they can hear you here.
Okay.
They can hear you. You have to kind of see yourself.
So, hello there.
Let me add in the audio real quick.
We're going to add the audio in. Yeah, here I am on the phone. I just realized I didn't comb my hair for this show. Oh well. I'm looking rather orange.
There we go.
All right, there we go. All right, so Sam's just take it around the corner and show you this equipment, and I will sort of narrate. That's the printer. It is classified as light industrial, which means you probably wouldn't print 10,000 copies a day on it, but it should serve our purposes very nicely. It's high-speed digital printing, really good output, and we're excited to get that rolling. And turning the corner, there's our Duplo C618. That is one amazing piece of equipment. It perforates extremely well. I was going to have the cards here to show you. We actually perforated some cards. We cut some cards this afternoon. They showed us how to work it. Yeah, that's the interior of it. It's pretty amazing what it does. Sam's opening the hood. All right, so each of those is a module that does one thing, and you can swap them out. So you can have a module that creases and a module that perforates. You can have a module that scores. I guess scoring and creasing are the same thing. There's a slitter mode which cuts. Anyway, we'll get in. We'll do a whole show on this. We'll actually show you how it works. He's got the Baseball America cards loaded there, ready to cut. We did cut a few of those, and they turned out great. Uniform size, really nice. It's really a great upgrade. Super excited, and we should have this thing, these two pieces of equipment, really up and running by next week. It's still kind of in the learning phase right now. Now for the rest of the news, in no particular order. Thanks for the tour, Sam. I'll start with the Hoops review. Originally, we were going to do this show as a Hoops Q&A, and sort of cover any of the difficult areas that might have encountered. But actually, it seems like all the Qs got A'd. Things went really smoothly, really excited about it. If you haven't taken a look yet at Monday's Play Connect blog post at playclassic.com, I suggest you take a look at that. It's got some in-depth information on the Hoops release, plus other information about the basic timeline going forward. I'm not going to spend time on that right now because it's all right there in print at playclassic.com. Just click on the blog link or go to the heading that says Read This Now, and that'll give you all the information about the Hoops release and also a lot of other things that are going on as well. Bottom line is, really happy with the release of the Hoops game. Really happy with the response, and glad you guys are enjoying it. Looking forward to getting the game out officially first part of May. Red, White, Blue Racing play mats. We are expecting notification any day that they have shipped. We kind of thought they'd be shipping today. We're fingers crossed for tomorrow. Usually a 2 to 3 day delivery window, and then we'll get those out immediately. Appreciate everybody's been really patient with waiting for your mat. We'll get those back in stock and get all the orders from Binge Week Racing out the door. Get that all caught up. It has been a crazy couple of weeks around here. Our number one printer, as you will read in the Play Connect if you haven't read it already, our day-to-day go-to printer ran out of toner. No toner. And so that means no printing. So and it's now been a week. No ETA in sight. So really, the timing couldn't have been better for us to get our own printing equipment in-house. This is kind of what prompted us to do it in the first place. We appreciate your patience in bearing with us. I know we still got a couple of outstanding orders of stuff that we haven't been able to print, but we will be able to print those shortly. Just a general nod of appreciation to everybody for just hanging in there with us, and we will get everything out. And now that we got our equipment in-house and that the mats are on the way, should be in short order. I spent this week working on the latest card set, the 2023 Wrestling America Federation Stars cards. Should be a really exciting set. I'm happy to say that the card set is finished. The ratings are finished. We are going to, format the cards here probably over the weekend, or, well, I guess we're not really working on the weekend anymore. Wink, wink. Some of us aren't. But we'll get to it next week, first part. It's we have more than, I forget the exact number. I want to say 15 new wrestlers. I think it's between 15 and 20. The usual surprises, established stars who seem to maybe have lost a step, and some up-and-comers. I think there will be some heads turning as to, some of the emerging stars in the Wrestling America Federation. Some really cool new wrestlers. We are going to, and I need to mention, this is all based on our Commissioner's Edict series, which we presented on our YouTube stream last fall. If you haven't checked those episodes out, you might be, if you're into the wrestling game, you should definitely watch those, because it sets the stage for who gets included in this new card set and who doesn't. There are some people who are not coming back. I'm sad to say that All Meat Patty is not part of the 2023 Wrestling American Federation stable. I'm disappointed because she was one of my favorites, but you can't argue with Commissioner Shore. So anyway, if you have not watched the Commissioner's Edict series, recommend that. But the card set is based on the results from that series. So the wrestlers who did well and who were given the vote of confidence by the commissioner in that series are going to be doing well in the 2023 card set as promised. We're going to have a new country music themed stable featuring Dixie Dash, Country Conard, and a new wrestler named Black Noise. So I don't want to get too much into it, but it should be pretty neat. We don't have an exact release date, but it will be sometime in April. Moving on, how-to guides. We've fielded a number of questions about when are the new how-to guides going to be available. Now that we've got our equipment to make them, that time frame has been shortened. So that'll be a good thing. We will get started on it. The plan is to roll them out as we finish them. So rather than get them all finished and then put them all out at the same time, we'll release them as we finish them. And baseball will be first. Expect that to be back online within a couple of weeks. Not sure the order after that. I will say that football will be last. Second season will be last. We do not have a digital version of the how-to for second season. That how-to was written in 2003 when we were living in Dallas, and it was on our old computers, a 1995 Power Mac, which eventually gave up the ghost sometime, I think, 2010. It lasted for a long time. But the only storage was on a floppy disk. So, needless to say, we don't have any digital version of the how-to guide to draw from, copy and paste from. So I'll have to recompose that, which is probably a good thing. There've been some updates to the game since that how-to was written in 2003, and we'll do a comprehensive going over of the how-to guide for second season. And that will be the last one to be released. Not sure when that'll be. Probably sometime in the summer. Probably right around the time that the 2021 pro season team cards are released, sometime in July. Let's see. So that's the how-to guides. Let's move to Play Now. Some exciting things are going on at our non-sports sim game presence. We have a new game coming in May hopefully, we're planning on it. It may not happen, but it's what we're aiming for. It's by a new game designer named Daryl Durston. We met Daryl at Dice Tower West in Las Vegas. He was one of about a half dozen game designers who pitched their game designs to us during a special dedicated prototype session. and we thought Daryl's games were actually Daryl has 2 games, but the game that we chose to work with first is particularly appropriate for Play Now. It's a solitaire game, and it is the theme of it as Daryl developed it was you are in a spacecraft headed to a planet to colonize a planet. The craft crashes and everybody dies except for you, and now it's up to you to establish that planet. And to get the atmosphere going and to create buildings and to make it habitable, and that's the theme of the game. So we really like the theme. We really like the way it plays. It's a like a what would you call it? Deck building game, kind of a.
It's not deck building. It's
like a resource management game, sort of. There's no dice rolling to it, so this would be the first Play Now game with no dice. But it's super cool. Daryl did a great job in this game. We thought, however, that we don't want anybody dying. Aviatrix 37 notwithstanding, that was a historical death. But so we're gonna change the theme of the game, and it's gonna be exactly the same game. That you're still going to a planet, trying to establish the atmosphere and get it up and running. But it's sort of like. We're going to call it Planet Flipper, where you're an opportunist and you've got your spaceship filled with equipment to rehabilitate a planet, to renovate a planet. You get your cast of droids to help you do it, and you get a certain amount of time to do it, and then you're gonna turn this planet over. You're gonna flip it over and make money off it. So it's essentially the same thing, but with a little bit lighter theme, sort of HGTV. Meets Star Trek in a way. So Planet Flipper coming in May, and we'd like to welcome and hope you'll make welcome Daryl Durston, who's our newest designer to the Play Now group. We are also going to continue with the business card minigame concept, which really went well at Dice Tower West, and frankly, it was just kind of fun to do. We have a new business card game available for free download on Play Now right now. It's called Bull Ride Hero. It was one of the games that we previewed during our online Christmas party. And let's just go and give you a look at what the final version looks like. Oh, it's on the game table already. So here's the card, and I even have brown dice, which is unusual. So it's essentially move
your script a little bit to the side there.
All right. So basically, you've got 4 different poses, 4 different stances on the bull. You come out of the chute, you can do one of 4 things. You can hang, you can roll, you can rough, you can drop. And there's different success ranges for each of those and different points. So the hang option doesn't get you any points, but you do hang on the bull. You get you're only knocked off, you're only bucked off if you roll a 2. You're rolling 2 6-sided dice. The rough move is, as it says, kind of a rough. A little bit more than hanging on, but not much more. And to do that, you get a half point. 11 or 12 will throw you off. If you roll, you get a full point. The roll move knocks you off on 2 through 4, and then the drop move, that's where you're anticipating a drop from the bull. You get 2 points for staying on the bull, and you stay on with the roll of 2 through 7. So there's definitely a strategy to doing this. It's an 8-second ride, just like in normal bull riding. The scores, at the end of your ride, you'll add up your score, and of course the high score wins. You can play this in a number of different ways. I thought I'd take 2 rides real quick. I'll do a safe ride and a risky ride. So the safe ride, one of the safe things you can do is just to kind of hang on. So you can mark a few zeros and then try to make a few points at the end. So I'll do that. So my first second is 0. As long as I don't roll a 2, I'm gonna stay on the bull. Oh, and I rolled a 2. I got knocked off. Oh my gosh! So my safe ride ended poorly. Let's try the risky ride. I'm gonna see if I can score a 7, which is not a bad score. So I'll start with a hang. I'm good here. I'm gonna do a roll. I got to get anything but a 2 through 4, and I got knocked off again. Wow, I did really poorly. Maybe you can do better. That's Bull Ride Hero. It is a challenge of sorts, but there is a sort of a thrill when you can make it through the full 8 seconds, and some strategy and decision making as to when to go for the point move. So that's Bull Ride Hero. That is available now on PlayNow.com. And as I said, we're going to continue to roll with the business card game concept for a number of reasons. Number one, there's fun. Really, number two is that it is for me, it's a really good design challenge. It's a good design exercise. You've got a limited amount of space. You've got a limited amount of time to explain a game in the space available. So you're basically kind of coming up with a game concept, a game mechanic that you can sort of build into a mini game and have fun with. There's nothing really heavy about it. There's nothing. They're not deep. They're not Euro games. But it's a good way to articulate an idea and to kind of distill it down into something that's playable and fun. And so that is reason number two. And reason number three is we had this idea to incorporate all the mini games into a game, like a box game, called the Game of Games, where the idea, and this is just a rough idea right now, but suppose we put all these cards, instead of being on business cards, they're on like standard, playing card size cards, with the rules on one side and the game on the other, and you just shuffle them into a deck. You shuffle them, and then you deal one, and then you play that game with the person you're playing with, and whoever you have points for it. Then you deal another one, so you play a game of games, and it seems like it'd be kind of fun to do. So we're going to design some more of these business games with that Game of Games idea in mind. So our rough plan is to put out a new business card game maybe every quarter. So there will be more on the way, and I hope you enjoy Bull Ride Hero, along with the other 4 business card games that we posted back just before Dice Tower, which have really been downloaded quite a few times. So that is the business card game idea. We have 3 other new Play Now game releases in the pipeline for 2022, including the box version of Dodgeball, which will be released right after the convention in July. We're going to play it at the convention. In fact, everybody at the convention is going to get a box copy in their swag bag. And then we're going to have a big dodgeball tournament at the very end. You can read the information on that is posted in the Play Connect as well, so I won't go into that here. We have the long-awaited reskin of Roller Rumble coming in 2022. Several other games in development. We mentioned Planet Flipper. That will be coming out. So that's 3 of the 4. We have a 4th game that could be a number of different titles. I made a list. We've actually got 8 different titles in development right now. So it seems like it might be a good time for another lightning round game lab session. Don't have an exact broadcast date for that, but I would think sometime late spring, early summer, it'll be time for another game lab lightning round, where we give 10 seconds per game. We do a 60-second. We start the timer at 60 minutes, and we count down. We allow 10 minutes for every game, and we just show the game and talk about it, and we move on. So plan on joining us for that. Should be sometime later this spring or early in the summer. And that's all the news that is news from Play HQ for now, anyway. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative and fun. Our next stream will be next Thursday night. And until then, hope you have an awesome weekend with people you enjoy being with. And as always, we appreciate you being part of the Play Games community. Thanks for watching.